It's a great day to crochet. Hey everyone, I am here today to show you the May 2021 YarnYAY unboxing. So if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. So I'm going to give you a close-up look of this month's, and I've been doing this since January of 2021, so this is my 5th month. I am paying for this with my own money. I've done a year subscription, which I'm going to end up having 13 boxes, because if you sign up for a year, you get one free. And the great thing that I like about this particular yarn subscription is that you get the digital pattern before you get your box, so you can kind of look at it and play around with, you know, whatever yarn you have in your stash and practice whatever new techniques that Vicki is teaching us each month. So let's go ahead and open it up, and I'll talk to you about the things inside. So I'll show you, I have already kind of played around with 2 of the patterns, and so I'm going to show you that, and then I'll show you the finished project of what I made at the end of this video. So she's always got some really cool tissue paper in here. That looks like confetti. Now this is their 3rd anniversary box, and so aqua is her signature color, and so in this box we have some aqua colored yarn. So let's take a look at the patterns. So this month she has 3 different bag patterns for us. Normally she has the knit project, the crochet project, and then this month she's also given us a Tunisian pattern, and all 3 of them are patterned for zippered bags. And one thing about Tunisian crocheting is it is a yarn eater. So that's something to keep in mind if you end up doing the Tunisian pattern. So this is box number 37 of all of her boxes, 3rd anniversary. So let me take a look at what's inside of this pattern pamphlet, and it's printed on this glossy paper. It's really nice, but she also gives you a digital download before you get your box. I think I said that already. Okay, so here we have everything that's in the box. So we have 2 different kinds of yarns, which is unique to what she's done each month. Normally she just gives you 1 yarn, or maybe there have been 2 yarns in the past, but most of the ones, all the ones I've gotten have been just 1 yarn. So we have a superwash DK from Sweet Georgia Yarns and a zebra DK from Woolen Woman Fibers. And you can see the information about those. And then we have the 3 Cheers zippered bag patterns, all designed by Vicki Howell. And then there's a silver washable paper project caddy, which I love these. I already purchased a rose gold one from the YarnYAY website, and I absolutely love it. And I've even looked for them on Amazon, and the prices on Amazon for those types of washable paper bags are not any different. So I'll definitely be purchasing more of these bags from the YarnYAY website. And we also get a tassel maker that is really cute. And so this is the knit bag, and it uses a technique I've never used with some slip stitches with the yarn in the front and the back. So it's a really great pattern. And then let's see, I'm just going to go through the pamphlet. And then here is the crochet pattern, and it has some spike stitches where you can see there's some different lengths for spike stitches. And then the Tunisian pattern is right here. And you can see that this makes a smaller bag because it is going to make a thicker fabric. So really the Tunisian, that pattern might be really good for bags since it is a little bit thicker. It wouldn't make as floppy of a bag, I guess. And then each of those bags has a little tassel. Sometimes she puts a chart for the crochet version, but there's no chart in here because it's just a simple pattern. I don't know if you would be able to really do a very easy chart for that one, but anyway. anyway, so let's take a look at the yarn. So this is the Woolen Women's Fibers, and it's called the Real Teal, and I really like the zebra stripes in here. And you can see that those zebra stripes don't go all throughout the yarn. It only goes through part of it. So I like the effect that it gives in the bag. So you get a kind of a splotchy look. I really like that. And then this is the Sweet Georgia yarn. And you can see what that looks like. And this is a Superwash DK, 100% Superwash Merino wool, and this is called Aquaversary. Now, she's given us just enough to make a bag. She also has each of these on sale on her website in full hanks, but these are just partial hanks. Let's see what the measurement. So this one is 57 grams. And then this one, does it say underneath there? I think probably, I'm going to peel this off and look. Yeah, so it's a 50-gram hank, and it is Peruvian Highland wool. So this one is a little bit, it's not soft. I mean, it's wool. So if you're making a bag, it doesn't have to be as soft. In fact, you really don't want it to be a soft yarn, just because you want it to have a little bit more body to it. So this is going to make a great bag. And then this yarn, it has a good feel to it, and you know, with it being a superwash merino wool is a softer wool, so that one does feel like it could be something where you could make a garment out of it. So those are going to be really cool working with those two different yarns together. Okay, and then here is the, ooh, it's shiny, reflecting my light here. This is the washable caddy. Let me kind of show you the inside of it. And it is a really heavy duty, I mean, it's paper, but it's super heavy duty, and I don't think it tears. I mean, let me show you one that I have over here, if I can pull it in and you can see. This is my rose gold one, and I've got the top of it turned down, and I've got some yarn in it, so I really love it. So I'm super excited to get the silver one. The silver one is shorter, but it looks like it's almost every bit as, no, maybe not so round. Yeah, it's about as big, but just a little bit shorter than the other one. So I'm excited to have that. Let's see what else is in the box. So she gave us a YarnYAY 3 Cheers for 3 Years sticker. So I love to have these stickers to put on my drinking Yeti, or whatever you call those vacuum sealed cups. And then here's the tassel maker, and it's made out of an acrylic, and so it is really nice, and you can make 3 different sized tassels with that. And she has tutorials for how to make the tassels with this tool. She has tutorials for those bags. She has an unboxing, and so I'm really excited to get started on this bag. I'm going to show you what I've done with my pattern already. So let me move this out of the way. So since we got our pattern early, I took a couple of Red Heart yarns in my stash, and I started working on the knit, and then I also did the crochet. And so this kind of gives you an idea of what it would look like if you used a solid color yarn with a variegated yarn, and you switch back and forth as you're doing the pattern. So I was just kind of playing around with it. I'm I'm really good at crochet and knitting. Whenever I have a new technique, I kind of have to practice it first. So that was my intentions of practicing the stitch, because with these slip stitches, you don't want to get them too tight. So I definitely, by doing this sample, I can kind of see what I need to change when I'm using the yarn from the anniversary box. And then, of course, the crochet version, you can see the spikes, and since you're switching yarns, you can see that the spikes in this set are done with the variegated, and then by the time you get down to these spikes, you're working with the solid. So it's kind of neat that it alternates. So I really like that too, but I think I'm going to be doing the pattern in the knit. And maybe I'll do the crochet. I'm definitely going to line this and put the zipper in, because in her pattern she gives you the instructions for doing all that, so that's really nice. So let me get going with the yarn that came in the box, and then I'll give you a close-up look of the bag whenever I finish it, and then I'll tell you how everything went. See y'all in a bit. Alright, so I am back to show you what I made. I did make the little knitted bag, and I made it a little bit smaller than the pattern called for, because I kind of like these smaller little bags. This bag, when we were on a road trip, I made this bag. I hand sewed it to the lining and to the zipper. So I'll show you the inside of that, and also put one of my little tags on it. So I didn't do that great of a job on the inside with sewing it, but when it's closed you can't really tell. So you can see that I stitched on the fabric first, and then I stitched in the zipper. So I thought this fabric, I had this left over from a Craftsy, one of the kits that I had purchased off of the Craftsy website years ago, and I thought it just went perfect. So I really love this little bag, and I even had enough yarn left over that I did the crochet version. And so I kind of got the best of both worlds out of this one. I even had enough for the tassels, and I had this much yarn left over. So I was kind of playing yarn chicken with the Sweet Georgia yarn, but I had plenty for the woolen woman fiber yarn. And I must say, I love the zebra yarn. It's different. The superwash merino yarn feels really soft, and it was great to work with. But I really love this yarn, and I ended up finding it online from a dye supplier, and I bought some because I wanted to dye my own. I just love the way the woolen woman fibers dyed this yarn, and it is, I don't know if there's any left on the YarnYAY website, but I really do like this yarn. So on my crochet bag, and I do have a few things in here. This one, I made this one when I got home from the road trip, and so I did end up sewing this one on my sewing machine, so it does look a lot nicer. You can see from the outside that like you can just barely see that stitching. So I think if I were to do another bag, which I haven't really done any bags made out of yarn and line, these were my first ones, and I really enjoyed it. So the bags ended up being about 2 inches shorter. I'm not sure how much shorter in the length, but in the width it was about 2 inches shorter than what the pattern called for. I didn't do as many rows on either one of the bags as the pattern called for. I just kind of stopped whenever it looked like it was about the size I wanted. So anyway, I think these yarns were great to work with. I've seen some other people who have unboxed them that said, oh, they would want something different. They didn't want to waste the yarn on bags. But I kind of like having a variety of things, and it gave me a chance to try something new. Thanks for stopping by and watching, and I will see you next month for the June unboxing and review.